So I had to come up with something that would be melodic, that would be fun for the intro of Lovespain, and it would be playing the chord changes, right? Some people, when they think about chord changes, that's important. They think about key changes, and they are two different things, right? You can be on the same key, like I'm playing the A minor, and I will go to a G. These two chords belong to the same key, but I can play changes over these two chords, stay in the same key, which means when you outline the chord, instead of just playing a straight scale on top of whatever is happening underneath, right? That's how I see key changes. And when you have chords that they belong to a different key, or different, like a tonal center or whatever, it's the same concept, right? Changing from A minor to G will be the same as changing from A minor if I throw like a C7 sharp 5, right? I need to find out what scale goes with this, and what key does this belong, and what kind of alterations are within the harmony. So playing over chord changes doesn't mean playing over key changes, but it's a similar concept once you know harmony. So without further ado, the intro for Lovespain. The chords, like I told in a video before this one, which I just did, it's A minor to G to F to E. So I start spelling the chords, and I create a melody that will flow the changes, but it sounds like a melody, not just somebody playing arpeggios over chords, right? So I start with, if you know the A minor pentatonic or the C major pentatonic, right? This is kind of the where I'm right now, and I start like this, which is the C, which is a relative major from A minor. So I just do a double stop, playing the C on the top string or bottom string, and a G and a hammer to the A, which is an A minor interval, right? A to C. So I do it in a way that it introduces my cadence, my pattern for the melody. So I do like, it's very rhythmic. It has a syncopation, right? If you think of 1, 2, 3, and right. So I'm hitting the strong spots with the drums and bass. Hopefully I will have the backing track at some point so you guys can understand better what I'm trying to explain. So that's my first lick over the A minor, right? And then we go to the G. So on the G, I'm playing the same thing, but I move to the strings 2 and 3. So I'm playing a G and a D and hammer to the E, which is a G major 6 or something. And then I go to the B, and then I go to the A, preparing to the next chord, which is F. So right, so this is nothing but a G chord on a C shape, right? So this is an A minor chord on a D minor shape. My G chord shape. When I go to the F, I do my F on the C chord shape, right? So from the top, so I'm spelling the F major, trying to keep this little marcato thing, right? And when the E chord reaches, I pretty much do the same thing, but backwards from the top. And then I will prepare to the next chord, which is back to the A minor. So I play a C with a little bit of bending back to the A. So I'm almost trying to look ahead, what's the next chord? And I try to spell some of those chord tones before I reach to those chords. And that's how you kind of sound a little bit more like you know what you're doing. So from the top again, A minor, G, F, E, A minor. Second time around, I will go here, which is when I spell the E chord, I will try to play anticipate the A chord, the A minor, but I go to the octave. I F, E, right? So it's over the right, or 1, 2, 3, 4 pentatonic box, which is the E minor. So I go and right, so F, right? When you're bending to do this unison kind of double stop, I try to bring more energy and more sound more aggressive, because it's such a sound, a powerful sound when you right. So what I usually do, if I have a chance to muffle some strings that I'm not meant to use with my left hand, I would do it, and I would just, like rake on the strings, and just the note I want will ring, and then the band. Sometimes you will feel uncomfortable, especially if you're bending, because from this to having the fingers going here to support the bend, it's kind of uncomfortable. So I developed my way of doing that a few times where so I will muffle the strings with the palm of my right hand, but I need to let it go when I reach the string that I want to ring. So it's kind of weird. I don't know if it's the right technique. Nobody told me that. I do on my own, by my own risk. You can try and see if it's comfortable for you. It works all the time for me. Because all we want is that, that punch from the strings that are muffled. It doesn't really matter if you're doing like this or like this. Sometimes this feels even more like punchier than this. I don't know if you guys can perceive, but I do this a lot. Right? And then I go back to the A minor pentatonic just to do a fast run and start the verses, which I don't remember, but once I start playing the whole thing, it comes together. So I will do the second time around from the top so you guys can hear this little, the beginning of the turnaround, right? So second time is F, E, all right. So what I do over the A minor pentatonic, sounds like a Clapton, right? There's a, you have to skip the fourth string to do that. Just back to the A minor. Honestly, whatever you can do with this scale in this two spots should work just fine, because you're between the A minor and the 7 sharp ninth. I the, People will hate me for that. I don't recommend learning note by note things unless you're doing something that it's so iconic, and the melody itself, it has to be, you can't improvise and make it sound like the same song. But most of the time, especially in blues, it's better if you just try to capture the essence of the lead and the part, and you make your way around it. Once you know the scales and the chords that are underneath, and you have a basic understanding of the melody. I never learned songs trying to play note by note, even the songs that I love, because for some reason it doesn't work for me, right? I used to do that a lot when I was teaching guitar, because you have that responsibility. But I always encouraged my students to do their own thing. And the things that you don't play the same, like, not the mistakes, but the things that you do differently, those are the things that nobody else would do like you, and that's what helps shaping your style and your persona as a musician. If you are always trying to emulate some musician and you copying every single lick they ever did, it's really hard to develop your own style. We are always cooking someone else's ideas and parts and stuff, and unfortunately, you will always sound like somebody else at this point. But if you're not trying to learn note by note, you will keep that, I would say 10%, maybe more, maybe less, that it's you. And, and, and then I will focus on those 10% that it's you. And even if it's something that at first you don't like it very much, but it's part of your personality as a musician. And it's hard to give up on other stuff that maybe is so pleasant to your playing and to your ears because it's the music you like. And those 10% it's unpleasant because it's original, right? But go with that because that's what people want to hear. We don't need another Jimi Hendrix, another copy of a Jimi Hendrix. We have his music forever. But we need a new you, another you that is just you. Nobody else would do what you would do. This phone is distracting me. Okay, I have to go right now. I hope you guys catch some of this fragments of ideas. I'm sorry, it's too early and I need more coffee. I'm trying my best. I hope you guys like it and see you next time.